lost you. Then I'm like, dude. Then I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But I did take the time though. You feel me? So if they do call back, I'll be ready though. So yeah. There we go. Found the problem. Yeah. We needed more arch in there. Oh man, I hope they do call me back. It'd be nice, y'all. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Make sure you take care of your responsibilities first. Don't let it pass you by, okay, y'all? I made a mistake, but I'm gonna correct that. I don't know. I'm gonna do better on that though. I'm gonna do better on that, I promise. Hey though, that phone call was a little too early. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I could have still been asleep or something, man. So hopefully they understand. Shoot. Hopefully they understand. If they don't, then damn. It's cold work out here. Shoot. There we go. Oh. Don't like when that happens out there. Captain don't never save the day for any ride. If you don't shoot it in, don't make it, you better grab it in jump shot. That's all I can tell you. That's gonna save you a lot. Just keep working on that. That's all I do. It's my jump shot I'm working on. So I'm in the air, you have like perfect timing. You just shoot the ball up like that. It's easy for me, guys. You want to have your chest lined up though. Always have your chest pointing at the basketball hoop. You don't want that chest not pointing there, or you ain't gonna shoot, I promise you. That was awesome. When you stuck in a position like that, it's just best to like have the ball like right here. Don't go crazy. You want to pull up as soon as you go up with it. That's the reason why I practice this. When the ball goes up, I shoot like that, you know. But if you're close to the rim and you chest up, and you know you got people around you, the best thing to do is pull up from the middle like this. Like, that's the best thing to do. What I used to do is crazy. I be trying to side the ball and everything, stuff like that. Don't do that. Because you got long arms, or if you're short, it's just best for you to pull up from the middle so you have a better chance of making it instead of trying to do it from the side and stuff like that. You want to make sure you pull it from the chest all the time. That's what I learned. If you get in a real game and you pulling up crazy, boy, I'm not gonna like you. I had my fair share of experience, you know. In basketball games too as well, so that was fun. So, yeah. I used to do drills all around the court and stuff. And since I'm live streaming, I'm guessing I'm like holding off in the middle right now and just practicing pulling up from the middle and stuff. I'm out here. This is my 4th day of training. The 3rd day, well, actually the 3rd day was yesterday, so now muscle memory should be kicking in because you're doing stuff automatically because I'm out here consistently every day and stuff. So, and it's working. You know, I'm in the room. You know, of course you can lose dribble. That's why when the ball goes up, I like to time it. And that's why you be bouncing it hard like this, so the ball comes to you. You bounce it soft like this, you lose control of the ball. So, you know, you want to make sure you have that consistency of dribbling the ball like this. So if you're looking up and you're trying to push up, you know the ball is there like all the time. I have experience in myself dribbling the ball like not hard, and the ball just gets loose. You know, you don't want that in the real ball game because they're gonna know if you don't know how to dribble, they're gonna take that as your weakness and they're gonna use it against you. So dribble the ball hard like this every time, okay? You know, practice your feet work. It matters, you know. Practice pacing yourself too as well. And coming up from the middle with the ball from your chest. Always make sure your ball is lined up chest. If you cannot shoot threes, hear me out. If you cannot shoot threes, then you need to work on what you can do in a basketball game, and you need to practice on it. If you got long arms, extend, you know. If you got long legs, push in slow. Get low with it, you know what I'm saying? Want to get low with it. So I experienced it myself, you know, playing basketball very crazy in my lifetime. So that's why I get out here and I practice pulling up for the middle of my chest all the time. Because it helps. Practice jump shotting because you're gonna need that in the game, because when you're in that air, you just gotta know how to release that ball. For an example, right here, my chest is facing the hoop, and you wanna do that right there. But everything takes work. And trust me, I'm a dancer. I know this. Okay, everything takes work. Every little thing, it's the little things that you gotta work on, like jump shotting, you know, dunking. You gotta work on lining the ball up, making sure you get that timing right when you get in the air, release the ball. Yes, all that stuff matters, you know. If I just shoot like this, without, you know, whatever, timing the ball in there, it's gonna go crazy. So that's why I do this, you know, and I make sure my chest is lined up. And when I pull up, this is why I practice doing this and going like this. So I know when to release the ball, and like your memory kicks in, it does it automatically. So this is what you want to do. You want to practice doing this, you know, pulling up from the chest, and make sure you line your shot up too as well. That's why I tell people all the time, pull up from the chest, line your shot up, you know, and you have a better chance of making it like all the time. Even for like far distance, it even works too as well. I have tricks for that. I got tricks for that too as well, you know, so. Kobe, he actually broke one of his fingers too as well, and he was shooting with I think his middle finger, if I'm sure. I think Curry broke his finger too, and I think he did that too as well. So that was a very legend move, you know. So yeah, shout out to y'all. Doing the same thing, watching how everybody play, you know, and that stuff, baby. Leave that. And always look for openings in the ball game, because I always see like people playing ball, right? And I know y'all good at these tricks and stuff like that, but there be openings for you to run in there to get the ball in there, you know. It's called working smarter, not harder, you know. I did it to my brother, and so this is what they do. Look, let me show y'all. So they start out right here, right? And the best thing to do is if somebody's right here and another person is right here, just say if you're playing a 3v3, it's just easier to take the ball up here, dribble it like this, and shoot it. But make sure you're actually timing it though, because I see a lot of y'all running around, you know, y'all doing these amazing tricks and all, but yeah, like if you quick and you fast enough, you can just get in there, you know. That simple, you know. But you don't gotta go too fast though. You can just take your time and stuff, you know. That's why I practice ball, because I be seeing stuff. I'm like, you know what? Since I see stuff like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and just train myself and get like really good at it, you know. So yeah. And if you got a dream, work for it. Action speaks louder than words. Like you know, Nevada State called me and stuff like that. And I could have chose to stay live, but I called them like 10 times because it's very important, you know. So then I sent Shannon an email, and I sent them an email too as well. It lets them know that you're serious. Action speaks louder than words. And that's the reason why I'm outside today. I don't really talk like that. I let my action speak louder, you know. Oh, I was supposed to say, if that ball got stuck up there, we're cooked. We're cooked that that ball got stuck up there, dude. Just like that. Practice that jump shot. You're not going to just sit here and just be shooting the ball in the air and think you're just going to make it if you're not practicing it. That's why you go like this. You take the ball, you bend your knees, and you go up like this. Every time, just boom. Just like that. This is where I train myself every day, because I do not want to get into a real game and be making mistakes. This is why I do this stuff. That's why I tell y'all, action speaks louder than words. You know what I'm saying? There be times where I don't want to come out here, but I'm like, muscle memory is not going to do it itself if I'm not here every day. You know, so that's why I'm out here. You know, teach myself how to get better. My mom was a great basketball player, so, you know, I guess I'm taking after her. But I want to take it further, you know. I know it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be challenges, of course, but that's life. Life is never about being straight. It's about ups and downs. I learned that the hard way too as well. So yeah, gotta just bear with me here. But this is my 4th day, and I have seen the progress from all my training that I have been doing. Bust and sweat, you know, I have lost a lot of weight too as well. I think I'm getting abs down here or something like that, I'm not sure. But these are just the training that I do, you know, just because if you get in a real game, it's all about muscle memory, you know. You want to make sure you practice for every situation. If you're near the court hoop, it's best to pull up from the middle chest, you know, so you have a better chance of making it, you know what I'm saying? But not too close now. But if you are, jump up, time it fast, but make sure you're accurate by doing it. What I mean by that is, that is, you want to come for the middle chest right here. You want to time it, you know, because there's going to be people like all around you. You'll have a defense over here, you'll have somebody over here, but your teammates is going to protect you. You want to use that to buy time, so you want to look at it, and you want to make sure the ball gets in there. Very simple, very easy. If you practice it, you'll be very good. I was never good at dribbling with my left hand. So, you know, if you're not good at dribbling with your left hand, I advise you to start doing this. This is how you get better. This is how you get gooder, you know, stuff like that. Okay. I see my boy in there, what's up? But this is what I do to get better at dribbling too as well, because I see a lot of basketball players do it. So, you know, I just copy and tuck it over, you know, just like that. Always stay positive in a game. You know, of course, there's going to be ups and downs. You know, probably I might not be the best basketball player out there, but at least try out here, come out here every day. Remember, you're out there for you, okay? You're out there for you, okay? But if you want to get better at dribbling with your left hand, I advise you to do this right here. You know, pacing yourself, make sure you're accurate, and make sure you stretch your bones out too as well. Stretching is very important. I do this stuff every day. Stress every day before you practice. It's very important. This is like getting your body like warmed up for other stuff out there, you know. And then the basketball I used to have was green. If you did participate in my other live stream, stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah. But make sure you're out here practicing consistently or it's not gonna work. Consistency is the key. I'm telling y'all now, in any game, anywhere, consistency is key. You need to be out here every day. You know, if you have days off, get out here to the court. You know, because I am signing up for some leagues and I am trying to get better, trying to manifest something, but they say you got to make it happen, so that's why I'm out here. And I'm not just hogging the skills to myself, I'm also teaching it too as well. Okay? So if you want to learn how to get better, watch these live streams, because it's good advice, you know what I'm saying? Good advice, man. And sooner or later, you know, I just be up there. It's a process to it, though. That's why I say be outside consistent every day. And if you have basketball training, I recommend you to take that stuff seriously. You know, practice your hardest. I want to see you sweat, you know what I'm saying? I want to see you push yourself. So, you know, you end up getting better, you know? So, even like if I did get picked on and if I was getting paid for it, I'd be in that court all day because that's what I'm getting paid for, to play ball. In other words, what I'm saying is I'm getting to work, you know? So that's what I do. Do this every time. I do these drills, bending your knees, you know what I'm saying? Bending your knees is very important because you want to get low and you want to come up from the chest. Even if you don't make it, just still bend your knees, okay? You know, always practice really shooting later. You want to get those knees packed down because when you really want to like time it and stuff like that, you want to come up like this. You're not going to be perfect at the first time, but if you do it consistently, you will get good at it though. Okay? You will get good at it. It's a process to it. Then you're going to get a feel for it, you know? But always pull up for the middle chest. I don't care if you're good, I don't care if you're bad, pull up for the middle chest. And if you're not good at shooting distance, then you need to work on your close game before you go way out there, okay? Trust me, I hit threes, but this basketball, threes ain't happening. And plus, I'm close to the camera, so you know. But I'm not on camera, I do full training. Well, I'm live streaming this stuff though, so I have to. And this is what I do all the time. This is all I do. I do this. Back and forth. And when you start messing up, that's when you want to slow down, slow the pace down, you know. Just keep that pace right there. Just keep doing it. But trust me, it's going to pay off later. We want to make sure you keep it consistent though. You know, even in your room when you're not dribbling the ball, still do it, you know. You know, this is what I do. I'd be like, boom, 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 you know, simple. And it's good to dribble with your left hand because this can be your defense hand and this can be your attack hand. You don't never want them to know what's your strength and what's your weaknesses. That's why I dribble with both hands. Because I know this in a real basketball game, if I can't dribble with my left hand, they're coming. You know, if I'm dribbling my right hand all the time, That means I only can push the right field. You know, I want to be able to push everywhere as much as possible, because then that's called being flexibility. That means you can attack from all sides right there. You know, you can draw the ball up quickly. You get stuck in the middle right here. Recommend tucking the ball, getting those knees ready to bend. You feel me? Like this, and come up, boom, just like that. That's why you practice it. You just can't sit here and do it. That's why you practice. Just like that. You know, you just want to keep doing it over again. I don't care how tired you is, you better practice it. Even if you mess up, you start over. That's why I say do it slow first, and the natural speed just gonna kick in by itself. You know, you want to keep pushing up when you do it though, you know. Boom. That's what you want to do. And you do it over again. You start over, it's okay. Just start slow. Boom, just like that. Then you do it over again. Boom, like that. And then you do over again. Just like that. And then you do over again. Don't worry about going fast. It's gonna kick in naturally. Just like that. Okay? I learned that from my coach Luis from job training. So I like to take everything that I learn and bring it in everywhere I go. Just like that. Just made it, bending my knees. And you want to keep doing that over and over again so your muscle memory knows what to do. So when you get in a real basketball game, you're like a superhero or something. You know? Over again. That is not even known. So, hello, what's up? I see you guys. But yeah, JJ ain't missing no more phone calls. If they can contact me through email, that would be cool, you know. In the meantime, I'm out here practicing, you know. I could be still asleep right now, but sleep ain't gonna get me nowhere. Practice well though. Yes, my body be aching after this, but hey, it's worth it. You feel me? It's worth it. Even if my body was aching the next day and they call me to come play another game, I'm coming, okay? No homo. It's all about basketball in my head, you know. When you want the mental lock in, you want to keep pulling up. Remind yourself about doing stuff too as well, because I gotta remember to do this ball hard. You feel me? That's why we practice doing what I do. I lost a lot of weight doing this too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Pull up from the chest. Pull up from the chest. Bend knees. When you bend your knees, get ready to go. Boom. Just like that. Bend your knees, get ready to go. Boom. Always pull from the chest. Oh. I thought that was not gonna make it for a second, honestly. And I practice my jump shots too as well. Like, you know, like that. Consistently do that over and over again right there. Jump shots is key in game too as well. Especially if you're a smart player, you know how to get the ball up there. If you see an opening and you take it, make sure you're gonna score that ball in there and know what you're doing first. You know what I'm saying? That's why you practice. Yes, you can practice doing this and that, but if you don't practice shooting, you're not nothing. I promise you. Defense do not win games. Defense do not win games. Shooting the ball does. But if you like practice shooting a lot, defense is really like for more like defense of a player. I do practice and learn how to do that too as well. You know, if you want to conquer the court and stuff like that, but Most people are just good from doing what they're doing, shooting that ball and getting in there. Yes, defense wins games, but defense does not score. That's all I can say. That's why I'm more of an offense player, you know, than a defense player. Right there. Okay? So we're gonna keep doing this over and over and over again. I don't care how to get out here. You better make sure you out here doing something. When that ball comes from the hoop, that's when you better run in and you better get prepared and don't get too fast with it. You want to make sure you got the hoop in your face and make sure your chest is right here. And you want to turn to it. You want to turn with the other feet. Come up with it. Like that. Jump. That's why I say practice jump shotting, man. Because once you practice all of this, your muscle memory kicks in, you're gonna be golden. So yeah, that's my practice right there for y'all. So, yep, that's it right there. Just like that. Because if you can practice shooting it from close range, and you're gonna be good at far range. Why I say that? Because you're working on your game up front, the more that you're doing up back. I don't want to hear none of this stuff about my back hurt. Well, your back hurt, well, that's your muscle memory kicking in. That's why you stretch. That's why stretching is important when you playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're in the game, take a moment to stretch. You know, get your muscles warmed up. You know, because you're about to be in there for real, for real. You know, so you want to make sure you take care of your back. Make sure you stretch. You feel me? As much as you can, just like this. This is for your back right now, okay? And you want to make sure you do your okay? Just like that. I don't care what time you go to sleep, you better be out here on this court consistently every day. Even if you got a job and you get off, I know you're tired and stuff. That basketball trainer gonna do itself though. So even if I have a job and I get off work, I'm gonna be out here. Believe that. Because work is just like, you know, basketball, and I think that's the reason why they didn't like me too much. Because I practice muscle memory, what I gotta do, how I gotta move in there, you know. Same thing, you know. Yes, I treat work like it's a basketball game. I know it's weird, but it is what it is, so. So yeah. I'm practicing my shooting right now. Beautiful, beautiful. That was beautiful. Beautiful. That's why you practice. Practice makes perfect, literally. This is 4 day of training. First day was I. Second day was cool. Third day I was you know what I'm saying? You know, because the basketball wasn't really like pumped up than I would like it to be. But somehow a man upstairs put some air in the ball, thank you Jesus, you know what I'm saying? The fourth day I'm feeling great, you know? Like I said, consistency is key. I don't care what you're doing. Consistency is key, and it always will be the main key to basketball. Okay? That's why I tell y'all, practice makes perfect every time. When the basketball comes back down, get that jump shot in it. You know, because when you start playing the real game and your muscle memory kicks in, you're going to be balling, basically. Just like that. Okay? So I'm out here every day consistently. I only train for like an hour or more, depending on what I'm doing, because it is about to get hot outside. I do train when it's hot outside sometimes because you burn off a lot of fat like that. That's why, you know. So yes, I train the rain, the cold, storming outside. I don't care where it's at, because you never know where the game gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll make sure you out here every day, man. I even practiced basketball when I was sick. That's how dedicated I was, you know. I had an infection. I did not care. I was out here and I was playing. You know, nothing stops me from succeeding on what I want to do in this world. You know, because remember, when you outside, you out there for you, you know? And that's all you got to know. I did not pull up in the middle with that. I am so sorry about that. There we go. And it's going to get cleaner and cleaner once you get more and more better at it too as well. But practice close range though. Close range shooting. Practice, 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 and take it serious. Don't just come out here and just shoot the ball. You know, you want to make sure you're, you know, stuff like that. Because when you get in a real game, that's going to come handy because you're not going to sit here driving the ball around and that's the only thing you know how to do. And then you mess up like, you know, have my fair share. And I had a lot of players that knew how to do this. You know, and whoo, did they cross me up. It was bad. Not no more. So yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the training. We've been out here for almost an hour now, so it's time to go back inside. We woke up at 8 o'clock. We did good training. Hey, say hi, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's going on, what's going on, love basketball, what's up, man, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Frizzy33, shout out to you, man, what's up, man. Giving out shout outs, Isaiah, what's up, man, shout out to you, man, thank you. M2, what's up, man, hello, shout out to you, man. We're about to end the live stream. I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in for basketball practice. Now I'm about to go home and do some gaming, and I'll see y'all soon. And I will be working a job. Before I go to work, I'll wake up an hour earlier live stream. You know, consistency is key, so I'll see y'all soon.